Here's one of the latest interviews from Rock and Metal Revival. If you want to hear the whole show, go to rmrshow.com. There's brand new Black Star Riders. That one's called Blindsided on Rock and Metal Revival. And dude, I'm loving this album.
I am too, man. I really dig the harmonies, man.
I didn't think I could like one more than the last one.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be in my top 10 of the year already. Yeah.
Exactly. And we are proud to have with us one of the members of Black Star Riders, Damon Johnson. Welcome to Rock and Metal Revival.
Johnny and Red, thank you, fellas. Thanks for having me on, man, and thanks for, I'm glad you dig the album. Thanks for playing some songs.
Well, you know, like I was saying there in the intro, when you guys came out with that first Black Star Riders album, I was thinking, boy, this one they've worked on for a long time, and how are they going to follow it up? And you follow it up with another killer release.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for that, man. We, you know, both albums were very different. The process from songs to the studio, but you know, certainly pleased with how they both turned out. I think that All Hell Breaks Loose was the right album at that time for us. You know, all things considered, and you know, we just really pushed ourselves to try and step the songs up. Just make things a little simpler and a little more direct. You know, there is no rock radio anymore. There's no Certainly a band like us is not going to get a pop single on the radio. So there's some freedom in that, you know, where it's like, man, let's just write good riffs, good lyrics, but try to keep the arrangement simple. And I think we really did that on the new album.
Well, I hear, you know, I mean, I don't ever want to pigeonhole you guys as the band that used to be Thin Lizzy, but you've got a lot of people out there that, you know, are going, oh, man, this sounds like a great Thin Lizzy album. But really, you know, there you can really hear the difference there. And is that, I shouldn't say stigma, but is that image, does that bother you guys at all?
No, it doesn't bother us at all, fellas. It's really interesting because now that we've got two albums out and the new album is so strong, it's even surprised us, man. It's kind of fun. You'll see people, you know, posting on the websites and message boards and social media. They're like, yeah, I heard this band, Black Star Riders. Wow, they sure sound a lot like Thin Lizzy. You know, almost like they're giving us a hard time because we're ripping off Thin Lizzy.
How dare they?
And, you know, we respectfully try to respond to those and go, why don't you just Google us and then hit us back? And we've literally had people write back and go, oh my God, I'm so sorry, I didn't realize it was Thin Lizzy. So, you know, man, we're certainly proud of where the band came from. Having the legend Scott Gorham in our band is an honor for the rest of us in the group. And the songs are always going to have elements of that, man. When that guy puts on his guitar and he's going to add something to a track, he's going to think and play the same harmonic way that he has his whole career. It's just kind of inside of him. It's very instinctual to how he plays. And I won't kid you, there's moments where Scott will play something, I'll get excited and go, oh, bro, you got to let me put a harmony part to that. And sometimes he'll roll his eyes like, oh, God, here we go. More harmony guitars. But I never have to look very far for support, you know, from the guys in the band.
Yeah.
And especially our new producer, Nick Raskulinix. I mean, man, I could talk for 2 hours just about that guy and how special he is. So, you know, man, it's the Thin Lizzy thing's always going to be a part of us, and we're never going to run from that. We're always going to be proud of that.
So what was the first Thin Lizzy song you ever learned how to play? Not before you, like, to join the band or anything, like when you were a kid or whatever.
Oh, that's easy, man. That was Jailbreak. It was definitely Jailbreak.
Nice.
You know, it's Jailbreak is a riff of simplicity, you know, but profound at the same time, certainly on the level of a Smoke on the Water or Iron Man or something like that. So, yeah, you know, I just remember we all loved it because it was the first song we'd ever learned that was in the key of F sharp.
Exactly.
Everything else had been E and A and the open strings, you know, but the F sharp is like, whoa, this is heady stuff right here, man. We're getting a little carried away with this music thing. So, yeah, Jailbreak for sure.
Nice.
So I see you guys you're coming out you're going to be here in Milwaukee at Potawatomi Bingo and Casino with Europe. Now, on this tour, now that you got two albums out there, are you still playing any of the Thin Lizzy classics, or are you guys trying to stay to most of your stuff?
No, man, we're definitely going to play some Lizzy. our fans want to hear us play some Thin Lizzy. You know, I'll tell you, man, we're very accessible to our fans, online and in person, you know, at the shows, and we love to get reaction from them, and because it gives us a chance to thank them for their support, and it gives them a chance to say, you know, hey, what do we? Here's what we think. Here's what we thought of the show. Here's what we think of the album. And they always are going to want us to play some of that stuff, man. And you know, if anybody's earned the right to wave that flag and continue that legacy, it's certainly Scott Gorham. And then for Ricky and I to have been even a small footnote in the Thin Lizzy story is also cool for us. So, you know, I think if we ever did a show, man, and we didn't play The Boys Are Back in Town or Jailbreak, you know, somebody's going to get angry and try to run us out of the joint, you know.
Jerry and I will be the guys at the Milwaukee show yelling, "Play the Cowboy song, play Emerald."
Hell yeah!
Right on, man. Well, you know, I can tell you this, guys. Now the set we're going to do in Milwaukee is a little abbreviated, you know, because we're playing with Europe, and we can't do our full 90-minute show. But I promise you there'll be some Lizzy in there, and if I have anything to do with it, we'll definitely play Emerald. That's
nice.
Emerald.
Great,
Emerald is the one track from the Thin Lizzy catalog that we as Black Star writers have really kind of made it our own. We play the same arrangement, the same notes, but it has a different muscle now. And I give our rhythm section a lot of credit for that. Jimmy DeGrasso on the drums and Robbie Crane on the bass. They play that song like a freight train. And it goes down great every night. So I'm certain we'll play that.
Now, I love on the new album that all the songs are just like the last album. They all tell stories. It's not "ooh baby, hey hey" and repeating the same fucking line over and over, looking for rhymes and shit. They actually like nice little stories all wrapped up in one, which is pretty freaking cool. I really enjoy how you guys do that.
Well, we're very proud of that, and I have to give Ricky Warwick all the credit for that. Guys, I have told people the story that I joined Thin Lizzy because I wanted to play those great songs with Scott Gorham and Brian Downey. But I joined Black Star Writers because of Ricky Warwick, and that's just a fact.
He is great, man.
Over our time together in Thin Lizzy, we started writing together. And, you know, I've collaborated with some of the best rock writers of the last 20 years, man. Some heavy names and talented cats. I've never worked with anyone that I have such a chemistry with musically as I do with Ricky. And that guy is never at a loss for a great lyric. He's always reading, he's always writing, he's always taking lines from movies, lines from conversations he'll have with a friend or something he sees on television, just gathering information. And I can play him 2 chords and go, "What do you think?" He'll go, "Oh, I think I got a lyric for that. Hold on one second." You know, it's incredible to work with him. And he's an amazing storyteller. You know, his roots as a lyricist, certainly Phil Lynott was a great teacher for him.
Yeah.
But he's also a tremendous Joe Strummer fan. He loves Bruce Springsteen. And he goes back even further, man, to Woody Guthrie, Hank Williams, Johnny Cash. He's
nice.
He's a proper songwriter, Ricky is.
Oh, yeah.
So now, after this Europe run, when you're here in the States, is there thoughts of coming, like you said, a full-blown Black Star Riders tour where we get to see the whole 90-minute set here in the U.S.?
There's definitely thoughts of it, guys. We want that to happen so much. We have the unique challenge that, you know, the album is doing so well in Europe right now, particularly in the UK and in the eastern part of you know, the continent. So, you know, we're headed straight back over there for festival season and to do some headline dates as well. So we're going to kind of see. That's when we really wanted to come and play now, especially try to do it close on the heels of the release of the album, while people are talking about it, while it's fresh on their mind. And you know, you see, man, when you see the band, you'll see clearly that it's special. You know, this thing has evolved and we've grown, and you know, we never wanted this thing to be a project. We wanted it to be a real band. It's everyone's priority. Everyone's treating it that way, and you can tell that now more than ever when you see the band live. So without a doubt, we want to bring all of that energy, all of these great new songs, you know, back to the States, do a proper tour, man. I'd love to do 30 shows if possible.
That would be very cool. Now, the song "Through the Motions" on the new album, you think it could have benefited from adding some cowbell? like Hoodoo Voodoo?
You know what, man? There's no question that when Ricky and I brought that song in, the guys, several of them. Yeah, there you go, man. That sounds like the perfect cowbell. Definitely, some of the guys made the comment, "Yeah, man, that's in the Hoodoo Voodoo vein."
Yeah.
But I just always hope we have a song like that, man. To me, that was what Lizzie was so great at. Any album you bought, man, had a lot of diversity, a lot of different colors, different dynamics.
Yeah.
And Hoodoo Voodoo was a standout track on All Hell Breaks Loose, and I think Emotions is definitely that kind of song now.
All right.
Sweet.
Well, Damon, we're looking forward to seeing you guys when you come to town with Europe, and we appreciate your time. We're going to get out of here with the title track from the new Black Star Riders. This one's called The Killer Instinct. Damon Johnson, it's been a pleasure having you on Rock and Metal Revival.
Guys, thank you so much, man. Turn it up loud. I appreciate it.
To catch the whole show of Rock and Metal Revival, all you have to do is check it out on these affiliates. Mega Rock Radios on Saturdays from 11 a.m. Eastern Time. On Rock 101 KLOL on Saturdays 11 p.m. Eastern. On Z-Rock 106.9 KKZR Sundays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And on Uncontrolled Noise Tuesdays at 1 a.m., Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and on Saturday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern on UncontrolledNoise.com. And make sure that you leave them a message and tell them that you found Rock and Metal Revival on their stations. Enjoy this edition of Rock and Metal Revival.